So it's great to have you here, and I'm very anxious to hear what you have to say, and we'll ask some questions hopefully along the way, okay?
Well, I'm Bonnie Meyer.
Oh, I'm Jim. And I guess I'll start out. Well, I'm relatively new to all this myself, young here. Started out in 1997, just out of curiosity, because people have been telling me that UFOs have been spotted in Wisconsin. There's no way, ghosts and so on. So I started a little website called the W Files, named after the X Files, just to document all the things I was finding, put them all in one place just for Wisconsin. And I was surprised at how many I had found just on the internet. Project Blue Book has a number of them, and people have been reporting them. And I was meeting through this website, meeting a lot of people, other people who had claimed to see UFOs. And I was still, I guess I didn't really believe in UFOs at all. I was kind of, because I went to engineering school and was taught, they would know about them there. This is not logical that UFOs exist, but they're interesting anyway. Through that met people like Bonnie and Diana. And back then, I guess I thought they were complete nuts. They were interesting people and they were really nice, but they were crazy. There's no way UFOs really exist. I guess that changed coincidentally. This is how I got into the biblical aspect of things. In the year 2000, probably in 1999, I grew up in a religious family. But then instead went to school and decided that I don't need this religion stuff anymore. That's for kids. I was much smarter now, and basically, I guess religious beliefs. I was basically an agnostic. For an agnostic, what that is, somebody who claims to know nothing about God and then gets mad at you if you agree with them. And with UFOs, I already went over that. That people that I didn't. I thought if they existed, they'd be on the news. There's no way these things can exist and be hidden because everybody would know about it. So at the same, two things happened at the same time. First of all, I was hanging out with these guys to learn more about them and so on, and I was also had met this fundamentalist Christian friend who was a really nice guy and kept on bothering me to come to his Bible study. I come to my Bible study. He had this Bible study he was really happy about and really enthused about. And one day I decided to go to show him, because I, grown up in a religious family, I went there to show him how he was wrong. Because I know the Bible passage, I can show him where the Bible contradicts itself, I can show him where he was wrong. And it didn't take long before he convinced me otherwise. Not because just the text of the Bible, but because of what he believed and the way he lived his life and his enthusiasm. Like, there's something else going on here. And so I started getting my feet wet, I started changing. At the same time, I saw my first UFO. And so this kind of turned two parts of my worldview completely on end. I mean, I just seen a spectacular UFO up in Dundee, Wisconsin, and I was starting to believe that this Jesus guy might actually be real. Not, I guess that's the kind of vibe I was getting from this guy, that, he's written about the Bible, but he's real. You can contact him right now, and so on. And in retrospect, I guess these things may not have been a coincidence. I started researching the Bible, started praying a lot, and just got frustrated with it because this Bible stuff doesn't make sense. This isn't making sense. This isn't making sense. And this whole UFO thing, that's just nuts. I mean, how come nobody knows about these things? Eventually, to be quite honest, there's no other way I can explain it except being shown by God in a lot of ways that UFOs do exist, and they are part of the Bible. And I brought this up at church. The church I was going to at the time, and they said I was nuts. I brought it up to the UFO people, except for these guys, the other UFO people I met at conferences and so on. They're like, well, that religion stuff is nuts. They don't mix. UFOs and religions don't mix. And I was getting the opposite in my prayer and meditation, that they are one and the same. Like you had mentioned, that it's not really clear how the spirituality mixes with the whole UFO thing. But those are what my books basically focus on, the biblical connection to UFOs.